Hello, hello, hello. Today we are going to be doing something different. Today we are going to be inking. This is different than the chalk product. This is ink. This is permanent. So I already did some steps. I put my transfer down. You don't need to defuzz it really, but I put my transfer down. I put tape all the way around because you obviously do not want to get this on you don't want to get it on anything that is not permanent. So I went ahead and put it down. You also need baby wipes because you want to get this stuff off your fingers. You do not want to let it sit on your fingers because then you'll touch your product. I went ahead and I bought the wonderful Chalk Couture ink pad that is sticky on one side, and then I found out the pillows that I bought, which are the pillows from Chalk Couture, that doesn't fit inside of them because of the zipper. So what I had is I had another sticky pad. It's just a Cricut mat, and I went ahead and stuck it inside. It just, I'll have to move it over because it only goes to about right here. So I'll do this first and then go ahead and have to move it. So inking is very different because you don't want it to get onto anything. So I automatically just grab out a little wipey in case it gets on my fingers or anywhere I don't want it to be, and set that right there. I'm using the bigger one because I'm only using one. You don't want to get a ton on there because you don't want it to go around anything. But anybody that has bought ink lately, hasn't done their project, Jackie and Mark, not saying any names or anything, but Jackie needs to get on her ink. This is how you do it. That's why I'm doing an ink project today, just to show people how easy this is and it can be done. So you just want to get around everything. You don't want to put a ton on there. This is just kind of like the chalk. It does not take much. You always want something behind. That's why I put that little sticky pad back there, was because you want something behind your cloth products so that it doesn't go through to the other side. And so it kind of like sticks to it and keeps it down. So I'll go ahead and do this. Okay, I'm not sure I explained all the reason for the tape. The tape is mainly so that, see how close this is to the transfer? And if I would have been sloppy at all, I would have gotten that everywhere. So mainly I did not want, the tape is not just to hold the transfer down. The tape is mainly to not get ink on your products or on your finished product. That's mainly what the ink is for. It is not to hold anything down. We're going to go ahead and take off all the tape here. So see how close I came? It would have been really hard not to get this on this lovely beige white pillow. You keep wanting checking your fingers because you don't want anything on your fingers. Hence the reason for the baby wipe. We're going to lift. Ooh, she came out pretty. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. We're going to let that dry for just a minute here. Look how nicely detailed that came out. I am only drying this with a heating gun right now. You can totally have dried it with just a blow dryer. You don't have to dry it. The only reason I did go ahead and dry it was because I didn't want my arm or anything like scratching through the middle there. So I'm just gonna, and this transfer looks like it's gonna barely be really, really close to it. Now I'm gonna try, oh, I don't know if I should or not. I'm gonna try and not tape it down. Maybe not a good idea on my part. I don't know. We'll see if I can be careful here. But see how close to the edge that is? Super, super close to the edge. So you just gotta be super, super careful not to get it on the other part. So by blow drying it or drying it with a heating gun, that does not set it. When we are all done with this project, you have to heat set it with an iron or heat setting device, whatever you choose, if you have a Cricut thing or something. But with an iron, it's 4 minutes each side. Then it is supposed to be washable. All ink Should not come off if you heat set it for 4 minutes. If you can do these like on mugs and things like that, and at that point in time, you would have to put it in the oven for so long. But today we're just going ahead and doing this fabric. Ooh, so close. We're just going ahead and doing fabric today. So you just have to set this 4 minutes, each spot, each side. Once again, getting close to the edge, trying not to put too much up there. Number 1, because I don't want it to bleed or move really. Number 2, I don't want it to go through. All right, before I ever touch this, I always make sure no black on my hands, baby wipe. See how you had a little splotch right there? I didn't even know how the heck I got that on there. So we're gonna lift up and see. Oh, turned out beautiful. Now this is silk screen on this transfer, so it looks kind of like rusticy, and that's exactly how we want it to look. Alrighty, last part of this. I'm washing these every time too, just like I normally would do the chalk, the transfers when I do the chalk. I'm doing it the exact same way. I go put it under warm water for a little while and then finish washing it off, and then I use a Clorox wipe. So see, we're kind of on the chicken's foot, and that's okay. I don't want it to be too close to the bottom of that pillow. So I'm going to try my luck one more time and not use tape, although they recommend it and I understand why. I probably should. See how freaking close that is? Oh, that's so close. So we just gotta be real careful. And then we just do it the same. When I'm done with this, I take these, run them under hot water. You can reuse these same exact transfer. These are the same exact transfers you use with the chalk that you use with the ink. And you can do ink one time, turn around, do chalk again, turn around, do ink. They're reusable at least the 8 to 12 times. I've used them probably many more than that, a couple of them. As long as you take care of them, wash them right away, wash them properly, they last a really long time. One of my customers actually inked a pillow before I got to, and she did a wonderful job at doing it. So you just want to make sure that your ink, you cannot add water to ink. So as soon as you are done, you've got to put the lid on right away so it doesn't dry out, because you cannot add water to ink like you can chalk. Once again, every time before you go to touch that pillow, make sure, see I had another little bit of black on me, probably from the lid. Now we're going to go ahead and pull that off. You want to pull it off wet, just like you do the chalk. Oh, beautiful. Looks nice and rustic. So that is our pillow case for the day. We'll let that dry and we'll heat set it 4 minutes each side. Every time you move the iron, 4 minutes. So if you have any questions, post them at the bottom. Thanks.